Durham, while not giving away any strategy, obviously, what's been the message from Godsey and Eric this week about what needs to change primarily?
I think above everything else, it's just being consistent. I mean, you can kind of pick and choose things that you want to see improve as an offense overall, whether it's more big plays, things like that, running the ball better. But you have to put yourself in a position to do that. So if you're not successful on first and second down, everyone knows you're going to throw the ball down the field on 3rd and 13 or something like that. So I think it's about putting yourself in better positions to be able to do these things, and then a lot of those things, whether it's running the ball more efficiently, more chunk plays, they'll kind of come.
You were on this team last year and started 1-3, similar situation. Turn things around a little bit. Do you draw from that? I know you guys, it's 1 week at a time and from litter pass, but can you draw from that you've been here before and turn the season around?
Yeah, I think so to a degree. Every year the team is new and it's a different team. But at the same time, I think last year what happened was we were doing the same things, but things started to click. And once they did, we went on a little bit of a run. And being on a team that did something like that, we know it's possible. So kind of comes back to what I said originally. If we can be more on top of things, more consistent, things will start to click, and hopefully we can go on a little bit of a run.
I think the Bucs are ranked first in the NFL. I know it's early, but they're obviously good at run defense. What do you think makes them good at run defense?
Well, it's a combination of a lot of things. The personnel they have are pretty incredible. It's one of the better front sevens in the NFL, if not the best, in terms of just actual players. And then Bowles does a lot of things. He's multiple with the fronts, with the pressures, with the coverages. So when you kind of combine those two things, it makes a lot of sense that they're difficult to run the ball on and just an overall good defense.
Durham, you've known Coach Godsey for a couple years now. How has he kind of taken on this new responsibility that he has with the team? How have you seen him kind of react to it and take the challenge head on?
Yeah, I think he's always tried to put himself in a position of not leadership, but just being knowledgeable about the entire process on offense, dating back to 3 years ago when he was just the tight ends coach. So in terms of that, nothing much has changed. It's kind of like a guy that's a backup for us right now. Prepares every week as the starter. He's kind of done that same, or at least in a similar fashion as a coach. So not much has changed on that front. He's going to continue to be, the guy that he is. And like I said, hopefully we can get things clicking here.
Is there any ability that the players have under this unique co-coordinator system, aside from quarterbacks, but players of your position, running back, receivers, to suggest plays or things for the game plan? Is that something that is an option for players this year that wasn't? Because I know Eric Sousville keeps saying that all the coaches now contribute to the game plan with multiple coordinators. Can players do that?
Well, I guess the simple answer is no, other than the quarterbacks. But at the same time, if you see something and you relay that, it's not like they're just going to immediately shoot it down. If you came with a whiteboard and drew up a play and you're like, we need to run this, you're probably not going to get that immediately. But if you see a tendency or something like that and you see a matchup of whatever it may be, they'll definitely take that into consideration, especially if you relay it to a quarterback and obviously they're in the room when they're making those calls.
And a case, in your mind, could a case be made? I know obviously this is not your decision. A case to play up tempo more. Obviously, you've had success late in games doing that, albeit against looser defenses when you've been trailing last 2 weeks. Could a case be made for that, do you think, to play up tempo more early?
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts with that, and you kind of hit it on the head. We've been efficient when we've done that in the last few weeks, but at the same time, you're right. It's at the end of a game when they're playing off cover 4, things like that, where it's a looser zone. But at the same time, we have been efficient. In years past, we have worked in going up tempo and slowing it down. So obviously it's not my call, and we have been efficient when we've done it. But I think that's just something that we'll use here and there, like we kind of have the last 2 years, and we'll just see how that goes.
Thanks, Durham.
Thanks, Durham.
Appreciate it.